Anchor is the easiest way to make a podcast. Anchor gives you everything you need in one place for free, which you can use right from your phone or computer. Creation tools allow you to record and edit your podcast so it sounds great. They'll distribute your podcast for you so it can be heard everywhere: Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and many more. You can easily make money from your podcast with no minimum listenership. Download the Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started today. I'm Michael Chabot, and I'm here to tell you that there will always be challenges in life, and in some cases, like mine, tragedies. But human beings are resilient. All you need to do is make a decision today. Follow me on this journey to hope, and together we will live, we will learn, and we will grow. And hopefully, we will find some hope in every day. Welcome to my journey to hope. Morning ritual, or as I like to call it, my morning routine. Everything changed for me when I started this morning routine. Like most people, I think, I hated getting up early in the morning, battled with my alarm clock daily, and just really disliked early mornings. At the beginning of this year, when I spoke to my friend and business coach, the first question he asked me was, "What's your morning routine?" And I laughed, and I said, "Morning routine? Basically, I sleep to the last minute, hit the snooze button 37 times, get out of bed when I absolutely have to so that we can race downstairs, get my son out the door, and then I drag my ass to work at the last possible minute." That's my morning routine. And I think most of us feel this way. We're overburdened, we're overstressed, trying to pay the bills, take care of our kids, look attractive for our boyfriends, girlfriends, wives, husbands, right? Trying to be that perfect person that the ads in the magazines look like, or what we see on Facebook and Instagram, instead of just being the best possible you that you can be. And so what happens? When we go to bed at night and we fall asleep, it's a reprieve, it's an escape. We get to escape all the burdens, all the stress, all the responsibilities. And for most of us, when the alarm goes off in the morning, it all comes rushing back in, right? Most of us think about the bills we have to pay or the things we have to do first thing in the morning. And I'm here to tell you that if you change your morning, it truly will change your life. I want to preface this by saying, and I'll talk a little bit more about it later on in this episode, but there are some wonderful books about morning routines, and I did not read any of them until about 2 weeks ago, so I was already about 4 months into my routine or ritual before I ever read a book on it. So back to my conversation with my coach. So he asked me that question, and I answered him, and he laughed, and he said, "Well, guess what?" And I, again, pardon my language, he said, "That shit stops today. Come Monday, you're up at 5:30. As soon as that alarm goes off, you spring out of bed. You get up. Then you're in the gym for an hour. Learn and burn, baby." So if you've listened to any of the other episodes, you'll know that after my daughter passed away, I basically drowned myself in Netflix, Hulu, Amazon, whatever I could watch. I binge watched everything to escape. So when I was in the gym, I was watching Netflix. So a workout that should take me 30 to 45 minutes was taking me 2 hours. It was ridiculous. So he said to me, "Learn and burn. No more Netflix. No music. You're either listening to a book on Audible or you are watching a podcast. Something on YouTube. Something that is going to feed your mind while you build your body." And at the time I thought, well, whatever. Okay, I'm going to try it. I can tell you now that it's the greatest thing that's ever happened to me. I am so addicted on feeding my mind and my brain. It's the greatest drug I've ever found. I have such a thirst for knowledge. I wake up now with so much energy because I know it's a new day. It's a new opportunity to learn and grow. So I get up, I get dressed, I come downstairs, I drink English breakfast tea every morning. That's what I have, with a little bit of milk. I've tried almond milk, I've tried oat milk. So far, my favorite thing is just regular old milk. I am going to try hemp milk here shortly because I heard that's really good too. Then I head to the gym and I put my headphones on and I either go to one of the books I have on Audible, and I'm going to do a whole episode just on some of the greatest books that I've read so far or listened to, because I do both in this journey. A few that have absolutely changed my life that I would love to share with you. So I work out, and while I'm working out, I'm listening. My mind is growing. I'm learning. For the first time in my life, I truly feel like I'm learning, like I'm growing, and I want to do it for me. And let me just say, some of you listening might say, oh my God, an hour in the gym, that's overwhelming. Start with 5 minutes on the treadmill. Start with a 5-minute walk outside. Start with 5 standing squats. Start with 5 push-ups. Anything to get your heart elevated. So I'll give you an example. One of the books that I've read is The 5 a.m. Club by Robin Sharma. And he talks about, 20 minutes, 20 minutes, 20 minutes. And for him, it's 20 minutes of exercise. One of the other books that I've read recently is The Miracle Morning by Hal Elrod. And he even has a version where it's a 6-minute routine. It's 1 minute, 1 minute, 1 minute, 1 minute, 1 minute of all the things that he recommends. But back to my routine, back to my ritual. So once I finish my exercise, I come in the house and I sit down in a chair that I have found to be very comfortable and I meditate. Yes, I meditate. And let me just say that I used to be a person that frowned upon meditation, probably made fun of people who meditated. Now I realize it was because I was ignorant, because I didn't understand how powerful meditation is. I have ADD. My mind is always going. I didn't think there was a chance in hell that I could actually meditate, but I want to tell you, meditation is the most amazing thing that I have ever found. I meditate for about 15 to 20 minutes, and it is the most, I'm going to use this word, blissful 15 to 20 minutes of my day every day. The mind is alert, but the body is at rest. The meditation that I have found that works the best for me is the Ziva method, Z-I-V-A. And the woman who created it, she's absolutely amazing. She wrote a book, which I read also. And the thing that really attracted to me to it is when I listened to her the first time, she's like, look, you don't have to have fancy fingers. You don't have to have music. You don't have to sit in any, kind of position, right? It's just relax and breathe. It's the breath that really changes everything for me. And I'll tell you, in meditation, I've seen some of the most amazing things. I have felt God's presence. I have felt my daughter's presence. I've had visions while meditating. And I know to some of you that sounds crazy and hokey, but it's the truth. Meditation is so powerful. So I meditate for about 15 to 20 minutes. Then I join my family. I make breakfast. I make sure everybody's up. Help get my son out the door. Once my wife and my son head out the door, then I journal. Again, something for me that I never thought I could do. I mean, my wife bought me a journal probably a few months after our daughter passed away, and I didn't open it until December 24th, 2018. I journaled a few days and then not again for, a few months after that. Now I journal every day without fail. First and foremost, when I wake up, I thank God for blessing me with another day. I thank Him for all the blessings He's given me. For my wife, for my son, for my daughter, for my family, for my courage, for my strength, all the amazing things that God has given me. Then I always journal to my daughter. I say good morning to her. I tell her I love her. I tell her I miss her. I ask her to help guide me, to give me strength, to continue to honor her. Then I write a list of everything I'm grateful for, and I lay out my goals and my plans for the day. From there, I do some visualization and affirmations. I learned a really great lesson listening to a gentleman that I absolutely love named Andy Frisella. And he talks about when you visualize, you've got to use every ounce of your brain to see it, smell it, touch it, feel it, right? All those things. So I visualize, I breathe, I feel it, I see it, I touch it. Then I do I am affirmations. Some people like to write them down. Some people put them on their mirror. I actually use YouTube, and there's a bunch of great I am affirmations, and I put on my noise-canceling headphones. Mine are Bose. I love them, by the way. And I put them on, and I listen to I am affirmations for about 20 minutes while I am cleaning the kitchen. So what I'd like to say here is that I added something to my morning routine as I built momentum. One of the things on my list is that while I'm listening to my I am affirmations, I wash all the dishes from breakfast, I clean the kitchen, put everything away, and leave it nice and spotless. And at first I started doing it for my wife because I know she appreciates it. But now I do it not only for her, but for me, because it's something that I can accomplish and feel proud of before I ever walk out the door. It builds momentum. Then the other thing I added is I make the bed. And I used to be a guy that would say, why do I have to make my bed? I'm just going to get back into it again in, 10 hours, 12 hours, whatever the time might be. Let me tell you, if you're one of those people, once you get into the habit of making your bed, look, let me say it like this. When you go to a hotel, isn't the greatest thing every day is when you get into that bed, the crisp sheets, that freshly made bed, right? You can almost smell the linens. That's part of it, but more importantly, making your bed is that accomplishment that you do before you leave the house. It's just another thing to look at and do it with pride. And it's funny, I had this conversation with my coach a few weeks ago, and he added making the bed to his morning ritual. He said the same thing that I did. We first started out making the bed kind of sloppy, just getting it made, to feel like we made it. But now I make it like, with military precision. Everything's got to be tight. Everything's got to be smooth. The corner's got to be perfect. And it's funny, now I say to my wife, don't touch the bed. That's my job. I have to do it. Right? Like I get angry if she does it before I get a chance to, because I like to leave that right before I do my next thing, which tops off my morning ritual or my morning routine, and that is a cold shower. Yes, a cold shower. Not lukewarm, but ice cold, the coldest you can do, and I'll tell you why. There's a couple reasons. Number one, if you can step into an ice cold shower in the morning and stand there and wash your body and rinse off and really breathe in the power from that cold, you could pretty much do anything else that comes your way that day. Whether it's a meeting, whether it's, a conversation with your boss, a coworker, a subordinate, making a sales call, any of those things you have to do. I'm in sales, and a lot of times I have to call people that I don't know. Sometimes I have to deliver bad news. Let me tell you, if you can get in the habit of starting your morning every day with a cold shower, there's nothing in life that you can't face. There's nothing in life that you can't accomplish. It really is that powerful. But here's what I want to tell you. I didn't start with ice cold. I was too much of a chicken. So what my coach recommended and suggested was, look, start with a warm shower and finish the last 30 seconds on ice cold. So that's how I started. And I did that for the first few days. And then I just went for it. And what myself, my coach, and a few others in our coaching group do is right before we jump in, we do a series of breathing techniques, and then we jump in the shower. I know my coach, he has a whole list of affirmations that he says before he gets in. One of the other guys in our group does the same thing. What I do is I stand outside the door, I do some breathing techniques, and then I jump right in, and I go for it. And let me give you a piece of information that will help you tremendously. So when the cold hits your body, it sends you into your fight or flight. So what happens is your breathing gets really shallow. If you can slow your breath down, take those deep breaths in through the nose, out through the mouth, elongate your exhale, all of a sudden you will feel comfortable in the cold. I know it sounds crazy, but I'm to the point now, I'm about 4.5, almost 5 months into cold showers, and I look forward to it. It gives me strength. I come out of that shower feeling like I just climbed Mount Everest. And I know it sounds crazy, and I think you're probably laughing, but I implore you to try it. Try it for a couple of days, and I guarantee you it will change your life. The other thing about cold showers, there are physical benefits, proven medical benefits, that it helps your body, it helps with your circulation, enacts your lymphatic system. Again, I'm not a doctor, but these are all the things that I've read and researched. So it's not only psychological benefits to the cold shower, but there's truly physical and medical benefits to your body from taking a cold shower. I've gotten to the point now where I challenged myself, probably, about a month, maybe 2 months ago, when it was still, it doesn't get that cold in California, but it was probably somewhere in the 50s outside, and the temperature of my pool was sub 60 degrees. I put on my bathing suit and with my breathing techniques, got into my pool and submerged myself up to my neck and was able to stay in there for probably, about a minute, and then got out, toweled off, and then I challenged myself to do it an additional time. So here's what I want to say. Number one, do a morning routine. Start simple. but write it out. It has to be written down. Mine is in my calendar. That's how I started. I don't need to write it down now because it's become a habit. It's part of my daily life. It's just what I do. But you could always read The Miracle Morning. It's a wonderful book. It's about a gentleman's struggle and how his miracle morning changed his life. Or as I said, Robin Sharma with the 5 a.m. Club. But I want to talk about some things as I wind this one down about setting yourself up for success the night before. That's important. So here's what I do. I lay out my clothes. I have specific clothes that I wear that I work out in. I have my shoes downstairs ready to go. I have the teapot out. And yes, because I drink tea, I have the teapot out, filled with water, plugged in, ready to go. I take the toaster out, put it on the counter, have that ready to go. So that I don't have to overthink things in the morning, right? I get up, my clothes are right there. I get dressed quietly and try and get out of the bedroom at 5 a.m. I come downstairs, I pop the teapot on, I grab my toast. By the way, I also put my cup out with the tea bag in the cup, ready to go, waiting for the boiling water the night before. So in the morning, again, come down, start the teapot, get the toast ready. I like coconut oil on my toast. There have been said a lot of benefits to your body with coconut oil. So most mornings I just spread a little coconut oil on my toast. And again, like I said, I'm gluten-free, so I eat one piece of gluten-free toast. Drink my tea, and in those moments I just sit in the kitchen, I stare out the window, I watch the sky start to change from dark to light. I usually sit there for about 15 minutes, and then I hit the gym. And then that's when I go, and I go hard. And when I come back in the house from my workout, I feel like I climbed a mountain. Get a morning routine. I promise you it will change your life. Start slow. I was reading something just today where a gentleman said, look, for some people it's hard if you're getting up at 6:45 to then all of a sudden on Monday get up at 5 a.m. Push it up 15 minutes. All right, you get up at 6:45, start at 6:30, and then a few days later, push it up another 15 minutes until you can work your way up. I wasn't getting up at 5 a.m. I went from 5:30 to 5:20 to 5:15 to 5:10, and now for the last few weeks, it's 5 a.m. I don't know if I'll push it to 4:30. Right now, I'm very happy and comfortable at 5 a.m. It serves me. It's working for me. I beg you all to try it. Try a morning routine. And here's what will happen. A week will turn into 2, 2 will turn into 3, 3 will turn into a month, and it will become part of your life. It won't be something you're trying. It will be who you are. When I get in the car and drive to work, I know that I have already accomplished more in my morning than half the population, maybe 3/4. I have already fed my body and my mind. I've learned and I've expanded. One of the other things that Hal Elrod likes to do, which I read at night, but he likes to, and with his morning routine, he also likes to include reading. What I've done as part of my nighttime ritual is I read 10 pages every day before I go to bed. And let's just recap the morning routine. Get up early. Exercise. Again, it could be 5 minutes to start out. Meditate. You could start meditating 5-10 minutes and work your way up to where I am at 20. Journal. This is where you really get to know yourself. Write out your hopes, your dreams, your fears. Visualization and affirmations. This is so important. You have to visualize your future. But remember one thing. You can't just visualize it. You got to take action. Cap it off with a cold shower. I promise you this last thing, it is a life changer. It makes you feel so freaking powerful that you could move mountains. So give it a try. For those of you that do, I would love to hear from you and see what you think about the morning routine. Last thing I want to say is I did also get a really good tip from Hal Elrod's book, The Miracle Morning, which is I put these by my bed, and it's affirmations. And these affirmations there's 4 affirmations, and it basically says something to the effect of, you say this to yourself out loud: I've completed all my daily tasks for the day. I'm ready to go. My alarm clock is set. He recommends putting it across the room, by the way. I'm determined now, so I just get up. Here's what I like, and I think this sets your brain up because now I wake up at 5 a.m. without my alarm, which is, it says, number 2 is, I'm going to go to bed tonight I go to bed at 10 p.m. and wake up at 5 a.m., which gives me 7 hours of sleep. I'm adding my information in here. This is plenty. In fact, it's exactly what I need in order to perform at a peak level tomorrow. So I won't read the whole thing, but you can see there's a list of things. It's why people in the military can achieve such great success, because they're regimented. They have routines. This is what it takes. You have to regiment and set a routine for your life. And I'm telling you, I am not a guy who has been this way. I'm more, my dad was in the military and I have a lot of family in the military, but I was anti, discipline and routines and regiments and schedules. But now I can tell you this. I live for them. I live by them. I think it's the greatest thing ever. So last thing I'll say is that just want to thank you for joining me on this journey of growth, this journey of love, this journey of exploration. And to my sweet little peanut, Gabriella, Poppy loves you, baby.